What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pick Six Nation. And this time, it's going to be episode number 159. And my guest for this episode is Brent Mason, again, for the second week in a row. Thank you so much for coming on. Man, I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to do it again.
No problem, Mikey. Excited to talk about what's going on in the NFL, and we're about halfway through the season. So some really a lot of things happening, and everyone's headed to the back home stretch to see who can make the playoffs. And we've got some impactful games coming up, some injury news, and some other things to talk about. So excited to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more on that. Could not agree with you more on that. Yeah, let's get into our takeaways from Week 10 and our takeaways from the Ravens Bengals game that happened last night. Let's talk about Week 10. It started off with the Bears getting the win over the Panthers. You love to see that as a Bears fan. Pretty happy about it.
Yeah, not a pretty uneventful game, but the Bears were able to pull it off, even though they had some bad plays on special teams and some other stuff. But the quarterback was able to make enough plays down the end. They ran the football a little bit more than they have recently, and I'd like them to continue on that stretch. I thought Taylor did a good job of getting the ball out of his hands quick and just making decisions, and they were able to sneak away with the win.
You mean Tyson?
Tyson, yeah, sorry, it's not Taylor. Tyson was able to make some plays in the game, and he got the ball out of his hands quick. And the Bears come up with a W. So 2-2 since he's been starting. He's had a little easier schedule than Justin Fields has had in some of these games, but he's been able to make enough plays to win. And so we'll see what happens heading into this week against the Lions.
Absolutely,
it's a tough defense, and we'll see if Fields steps back on the field.
Yeah, I can't wait I'm so excited for Justin Fields to be back. I really am, to be back and playing against the Lions. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, big rivalry week conference game. The Lions look like the team to beat in the NFC North. We'll see if the Bears can pull off an upset on the road.
I hope they do. I hope they pull off an upset. I hope they do. I mean, great defense from the Bears in that game. Great touchdown run by Deontay Foreman. He had a really nice game.
Yeah, he had some tough yardage, and really he's really good after contact. And then the defense showed some surprising. They've showed some moments where they have some guys that can make some plays. Hopefully that continues to get better. We really appreciate our defense here in Chicago. It has we have a lot of history and pride behind our defenses for the Bears, and we'll see if they can continue on that trend.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more on that. I could not agree with you more on that. Yeah, I think we got the Bears game. Anything else you want to touch on there?
No. Just Bears get the W at home against Carolina. It's definitely, I think the only thing we're going to find is that, it really was a big game depending on draft pick status. Who's going to drop here? It looks like the Giants are in the number one spot right now. Who's going to get that number one pick? So it'll be interesting to see what happens and where the Bears land, and do they get Carolina's pick as well? So we'll see how it shakes out.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more on that. All right, now let's go to Colts Patriots. I mean, this was a very weird game, but Colts getting the win, you like to see that too.
Yeah, early start game on Sunday since they were playing overseas. Colts defense was spectacular, really getting pressure on the quarterback. Mac Jones really struggled. And a pretty low scoring game, but Jonathan Taylor was able to really slow the game down, get big tough yards, control the clock, control the game, and the Colts pull it off on the road and get the W.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice win by the Colts. Jonathan Taylor with the rushing touchdown. Demario Douglas looked great. He had a nice game.
Yeah.
But Colts, nice job pulling it off. to seal the deal
Yeah.
for the win.
Yeah, and we kind of talk about what we talked about last week is really that NFC, or that AFC South. Anybody could win that division, and the AFC North looks like all of those teams deserve to be in the playoffs. So some really interesting stuff starting to unfold in the
100%.
AFC.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree with you more on that. I absolutely agree with you on that. Again, great win by Indianapolis. You love to see them get the win there.
Absolutely.
All right, I think we got that game. Anything else you want to touch on there?
No, I'm fine to move on.
All right, cool. Now let's go to the Browns-Ravens. Browns get a really nice comeback win. Unfortunately, Deshaun Watson is out for this. I think he got season-ending shoulder surgery.
Correct.
Hopefully he can get better as soon as possible. Really unfortunate about Deshaun Watson being out for the year. Hopefully he can get better as soon as possible.
Yeah, another one of these big injuries we see this year, and this time a big-time quarterback in a really tough and talented conference. They put it together, come back, get a quality win against the Ravens, who might be the best team in that division, especially now that Deshaun Watson's gone out. You hate to see a big injury like this, especially on the throwing shoulder. I believe he's got to get surgery on.
Right.
So they've got to make a decision quick. How are they going to rebound? They lost Nick Chubb early. Now Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Some big time star power has been lost for Cleveland, but that defense stays together and stays healthy. This is probably one of the best in the league. But Browns in the end make enough plays to come up with the W.
Yeah.
And so a good win for the Dog Pound. It's going to be one of the hot topics to follow this back half of the season is who comes out on top in that division, as it's just loaded with tough game after tough game of in-conference play. So it'll be an exciting thing to watch as we head towards the end of the season.
100% agree with you on that. Great defense by the Browns. Great defense. Great game from Mike Ford. He was great. Nice game from the Browns defense. Really, really nice game from them.
Yeah, came up big in the end to shut Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, down. The Ravens get a bad injury last night. Looks like Andrews is out for a while with a bad ankle sprain. So we're starting to see the injuries continue to pile up for playoff-bound teams. So we'll see how it shakes out as we head forward.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that 100%. But really nice win by the Browns. It was one of the 5 games that ended with a walk-off field goal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, tough. Yeah, that was nice. He's had a great season, the kicker for the Browns. He's been automatic and one of the better kickers in the league this year. So he gets it done and hits the game winner.
Yeah, agreed. Great win, great comeback win by Cleveland. You really love to see that. Great comeback win by Cleveland.
Yeah, battled some adversity, down early, come back for a quality win. Nice win for the Cleveland Browns and their storied program.
100%. I think we got that game. Anything else we need to touch on?
No,
there?
I'm happy to move on from there.
All right, let's go to Steelers Packers. Steelers getting a nice win there. Really nice win to seal the deal. You had the DeMonte Casey interception that sealed that game.
Yeah, Jordan Love, the big mistake. He gets the interception. The two-headed monster for Pittsburgh, Warren and Harris, hard to stop on the ground. They really controlled the clock, controlled the game. Kenny Pickens is able to make enough plays to win the game. In Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin Kenny Pickett, just good football. Good football from Coach Tomlin's team. They control the clock. They play tough, hard-nosed defense, limit turnovers, and they get a win against a good Packers team. A win of probably 2 of the most storied programs in the NFL. A really hallmark game anytime the Packers and Steelers play. But a great game for Pittsburgh fans.
100%. 100%. Unfortunately, the Steelers lose Quan Alexander for the season. Brutal. Yeah. Really, really brutal. It's with an Achilles injury. Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal that they lose Quan Alexander for the year.
Yeah.
Great win by the Steelers, though. They get it done. Yeah, I think we got that with that game. Do you want to move on to
let's
49ers Jaguars?
49ers Jaguars, tough game. Both defenses really talented, take a lot of the offense out. But the 49ers just too good. Get the W, get the win. Against a Jaguars team that I think's got a real chance to win their division, with Houston slowly making big plays on their tail. It's going to be a game to watch here later in the season, that Houston Jaguars matchup. But a potential maybe Super Bowl matchup. Who knows? Jaguars could surprise people and get Kansas City. San Francisco looks like a team to beat on the other side. But a good matchup that we like to see in the NFL, NFC, AFC. We like to see those nice matchups mid-season on what could potentially be a Super Bowl matchup or a Super Bowl matchup in coming years, with both a lot of young talent on both rosters. So a good W for San Francisco.
Yep, huge dominant win. They dominated, man. What a game for them. Great, really nice forced fumble and score for Ambry Thomas. That is a huge play in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Great play by him. Great win by San Francisco. They dominated again.
Yeah, really dominant defense that can put points on the board by themselves. A tough out anytime you're playing San Francisco, one of the better teams in the league.
100%. Could not agree with you more there. Yeah, I think we got that game. Now let's go to Vikings Saints. Great win by the Vikings.
Yeah, another surprise win by the Vikings. Dobbs makes enough plays since the big trade over after the Achilles injury for Cousins. Dobbs seems like he's kept the team together. They haven't lost the locker room, and they're continuing to move forward with a potential place. Maybe they sneak into the playoffs.
Maybe
they can keep this stuff up. But a quality win against the Saints team that I thought would really run away with that AFC South this year, but they just aren't doing it. Teams are right there on their tail: Tampa Bay and Atlanta.
NFC South.
Yeah, NFC South, and the Saints are struggling a little bit. I thought Carr would be much better. The Swiss Army knife couldn't make enough plays, and then they lose the game. Yeah,
it was a brutal. They did unfortunately lose Derek Carr. Derek Carr went down with injury. Marshawn Lattimore, Michael Thomas.
A lot of big players they lost that week.
Yeah, brutal. Jameis Winston had a nice game though. He came in and he played well for sure.
Yeah, he can throw a great deep ball and can make plays, and not a bad backup to have. As long as he's not too careless with the football and can limit turnovers, he can be one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. And he had a great touchdown pass to Chris Olave. That was
Olave looks like a star
play
in the making. He's just been a bright spot for the Saints, a bright spot for people that hold him in fantasy. He gets touches, he gets deep balls, he gets in the end zone. He's been a nice player this year.
100%. I agree with you on that. I mean, what a catch by Olave, what a throw by Winston. Then A.T. Perry had a really nice game too. But a great win by the Vikings. What a game from Joshua Dobbs. Great game from him. He was incredible.
Yeah, he looked great. He's definitely, the trade is paying off so far in the win column and on and off the field.
Yeah, Saints Vikings defense sealed the deal. Nice to see that happen. Well, not Bears fan. I'd pick the Saints to win that game.
Yeah.
But Vikings get a nice win though. Their defense steals it. I think we got that game. Anything else you want to touch on there?
I'm okay to move on from that Saints Vikings game and keep it moving forward.
All right, cool. Let's go. Let's go to Texans Bengals. That was an amazing game. CJ Stroud again.
Yeah, CJ
Incredible.
Stroud coming off a big week, has to go on the road to Cincinnati, a kind of win-win game for both teams. Each team needed the W. CJ Stroud comes up with the W, gets the win over Joey Burrow, who's was one of the young star quarterbacks in this league, and I think it just continues to show that CJ Stroud should be in that same conversation with Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, and some of these other young quarterbacks. Justin Herbert as one of the young guys that's on the move and one of your top quarterbacks in the league.
100%. I agree with you on that. 100%. Nice win by the Texans. Great game from Noah Brown. The Texans defense coming up big.
Yeah, they looked good on the road, and they just seem to keep getting better the more they play and getting play together. So I'm interested to see them as the season unfolds. Can defense continue to get better and give chances for CJ Stroud to just win the game?
Yeah.
So we'll see what transpires here at the end of this season, as Houston's really going to start to put some pressure on Jacksonville, and we'll see if Jacksonville can hold them off and take that playoff spot.
Absolutely. I mean, this is another game with a walk-off field goal.
Yeah,
another walk-off field goal game, which is incredible. So nice to see that. I mean, Texans get a great win on the road. Absolutely.
Yeah, huge win in Cincinnati. Big for the program, big for CJ Stroud.
100%. I agree with you on that. All right, now let's go to Bucks Titans. I mean, Bucks get a nice win. Really containing that Titans offense. Did a great job of that. So love to see it.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield's kind of revitalized his career a little bit more down in Tampa. He's been okay and good enough to get them some W's, and he's got the ball. He's got some good weapons to get the ball out to. Tennessee just seems a little out of sync. They're just not the same Tennessee team we've seen the last couple of years. With the quarterback down, with a kid from Kentucky, Will Levis just not able to make enough plays, and Tennessee really needed this win to stay in the hunt in their division. So a tough loss for them against Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay looks like the team to beat maybe in that AFC South, since the Saints have kind of crumbled, and
NFC.
NFC South. We'll see.
Yep. 100%. I agree with you on that, but great win by Tampa Bay. They get it done. They get it done at home. So you like to see that as well.
Yeah, good quality win for them.
Yep, absolutely. I think we got that. With that game. Anything else you want to touch on regarding this game?
No, I'm not. It looks like Tampa Bay's in the driver's seat to win that division, the NFC South. We'll see if anybody can put more pressure on them as the season goes.
100%. All right. Now let's go to Lions Chargers. Great win by the Lions. It's a shootout game, and they get it done.
Yeah, high-scoring game. I was surprised. I thought both defenses would play a little better, but the offenses were just good defense, but the offense was just better. Shootout game, and Jared Goff can win those games, as he's shown when he was Rams QB, and he looks comfortable leading that Lions offense, and they look like the team to beat in that NFC North. They're physical on both lines. They're physical on defense. They like to run the football and then run that play action. Very old school football. And they've got a real chance. It's one of those teams I really like with the 49ers to come out of the NFC. I think they've got a real chance this year. And it seems like the guys are really buying into the coach and how he wants them to play. San Diego, loaded with talent, but just seems to not be able to get another big W that they could have got against a really quality team, kind of like what we talked about last week with
Yeah,
Miami. Great, talented team, but they just need those signature wins against good quality football teams to really get guys like us talking about them as we head to the playoffs. And they were just unable to do it. Lions escape in a shootout game, get the W.
100%, 100%. I mean, another walk-off field goal game too.
Yeah.
So Lions get a nice win. Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice win by the Lions there.
Yeah, good W for Detroit.
Yep. All right. Cool. I think we got that there with that game. Now, let's go to Cardinals Falcons. We got the Lions Chargers, right?
Yep, Lions Chargers just did. You got Falcons.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
And awesome to see Kyler Murray back.
Yeah, first game back.
He was awesome. I mean, what a performance he had. He was huge.
Yeah, he had a great game. It's good to have him back in football. He makes that NFC West a little more vibrant when he plays. So we hope we get some of the health issues and injuries past, and we can start to see his career flourish. Atlanta just not enough to get things done.
Yeah. Another great win by Arizona. They get it done. I mean,
Yeah, they needed a W bad. I thought this was a game Atlanta was going to get and keep them in the running for that NFC South, but a crucial game they lose. Got to be some excitement on the Arizona sidelines to get your superstar quarterback back in the lineup, especially since after the Dobbs trade. So we'll see what shakes if Kyler Murray can make some noise here on the back half, and the Cardinals fans can get excited heading into 2024.
100%. He's going to absolutely make some noise in the back half of the year for sure. I mean, great win by the Cardinals. Another walk-off field goal in that game. Great final drive by Kyler Murray to set that up.
Yeah.
Great final drive by Kyler Murray.
Yeah, he's good with those crunch time. He's so good with his legs and arms, and he can beat you in so many different ways.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more on that. Yeah, but great final drive by Kyler Murray for sure. Great final drive by the Cardinals.
Yep, well done. Game-winning drive for Kyler Murray.
Absolutely.
That's what you want from your young quarterback, be able to make plays under pressure and get your team in field position to make a play and win the game, and that's exactly what happened.
100%. All right, I think we got that there with that game. Now let's go to Cowboys-Giants. This is a blowout.
Yeah, Giants, there's really fall from grace. Just Dallas, too much talent on both sides of the football. New York just overmatched. No real quarterback threat to make plays. They struggle running the football, and the offense for Dallas was clicking, even though Tony Pollard is still struggling to really find the end zone. But making plays, and Dallas has got to get over the hump. to try to contend with these top three teams, I think, in the NFC is really the Eagles. We talked about earlier the other two, San Francisco and Detroit. So we'll see. We'll see if they can make a run here and get a big win against one of these teams as we head into the playoffs. But I got to say, this is one of the better Dallas teams we've seen. We'll see if they can get a.
Oh, okay. It is one of the better Dallas teams for sure. Absolutely, they've been great this year.
Yeah, the defense is dominant.
Yeah, Dallas has been incredible this year for sure, for sure. So really nice win by Dallas. It was a dominant win by Dallas. For
against
sure.
against the NFC East rival, a game that's always usually pretty close because of the rivalry aspect of the game. But Dallas controlled from the start and really never relinquished control of the game, and it was a blowout.
I agree. All right, I think we got that game. Now let's go to Seahawks and Commanders. Great win by the Seahawks, and it was another walk-off field goal game.
Yeah, one of these close games. We talked about it a little last week. Howell has been quite the surprise quarterback. He's been able to really make some plays and looks like he's got a chance to stay in the NFL, if not a starter, as a long-term backup QB that's going to be able to make plays. He's got some really good numbers this year, especially in yards, I believe. But Seattle just too much. Well-coached Pete Carroll football team gets the job done. They needed to get another W after that tough loss to Baltimore where they got blown off the field. So Pete Carroll, as all good coaches do, rallies the troops, get them ready to move on for the next week, and let's forget about the past week. Football's moving forward onto the next week, and his team rallies, puts up a good fight, beats Washington for the W.
100%. Great game from Geno Smith. DK Metcalf was phenomenal. Great defense.
It was great.
Yeah, great defense from Seattle. Great game from Geno Smith. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Kenneth Walker III.
Yeah, the defense has been a surprise, a really underrated defense this year, Seattle.
Yeah, 100%. They've been so damn good. That defense, the offense. Great win by Seattle. Great final drive to set up the field goal. Incredible stuff from Geno Smith and DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Man. Great game from Geno Smith. Great game from DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Great game from Seattle, getting a huge win.
Yeah, huge win.
Yeah, absolutely. Another walk-off field goal game, too.
Yeah, another close game. Kicker wins it in the last seconds.
100%. All right, I think we got that there with that game. Now let's go to Raiders-Jets. Nice win by the Raiders again, and the Raiders are now 2-0 under Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, another quality win. Jets. I thought this was a game they got a won. I thought Zach Wilson looked a lot better in the very beginning of the game, getting the ball out of his hands quick, making plays. The offense was moving the football, and then Josh Jacobs really took over and ran the football and took control of the clock. Purdue, QBU, O'Donnell steps in for Jimmy Garoppolo and looks like he can O'Connell can be a nice pro player, nice pro quarterback from the Illinois area, Stevenson High School. So we'll see if he continues to make plays. He seems like a quarterback that really understands the game, and a big quality win by Antonio Pierce, 2-0 since he's taken over. But the schedule is going to get tougher. We'll see how he does as these games get a little tougher for the Raiders heading forward.
100%. Yeah, but great win by the Raiders. Uh, great defense. Great defense. Absolutely. Great
Yeah,
win by Las Vegas.
Josh Jacobs, one of the better runs we've seen in the league so far that he had during this game,
Yep.
busting
Yep.
off tacklers, stiff arming guys to the ground, and he almost took it all the way for a touchdown. Nice 50-yard some run.
Yep.
Really one of the better backs in the league. Really got hard to get on the ground, good after contact. Little
Absolutely.
human bowling ball.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more than I love the human bowling ball description. 100%. I mean,
Yeah, it
absolutely
fits
just
him well.
running through people.
Yeah, low to the ground, great center of gravity, hard to knock off balance. Just really one of the fun running backs to watch.
100%. Absolutely. But great win by Las Vegas. They get it done at home.
Yeah, Las Vegas embracing the new Las Vegas Raider fans. They're about to get some Oakland fans soon enough. It seems like
Yeah.
Oakland
Yeah.
now is leaving, coming to Vegas as well. So the Raiders will have the Athletics in their backyard again. So exciting stuff happening in Las Vegas.
100%. I agree with you there. All right, now let's go to the final game of Week 10, which was incredible. This was a walk-off field goal game, and Ken Dorsey gets fired immediately after the game. After Ken Dorsey getting fired after great win by Denver. Really, really nice win by Denver, getting it done on the road.
Yeah, Denver on the road against a tough opponent that they shouldn't have beat. Russell Wilson, one of the better plays and throws to Sutton in the end zone, tiptoes it in, gets the score. Some other big plays, and then the big defensive pass interference by Buffalo at the end of the game. By Jerry Jeudy comes back for the ball. The guy doesn't turn and make a play for it, runs into Jeudy, gets the pass interference call, and then the missed field goal. But luckily, the Buffalo Bills have 12 players
I
on the
know.
field, gives them a second chance.
Yeah.
Denver puts it through. Looks like coach has Denver has really started to turn that program around. Earlier in the season, when they got their first win against the Bears, everyone thought these might be the two worst teams in the NFL. But Sean Payton, one of the top tier coaches in the league, has left the Saints to come take on this Denver job and try to turn them around into its early years. And gets a big win. Russell Wilson looks like the Russell Wilson of old. And the Bills offense just sputters again, just pass happy. They don't run the football. They don't control the clock. And it just seems like this Josh Allen era is really starting to hit some thin ice, and a lot of finger pointing happening in the Buffalo front office and sidelines. So we'll see if Buffalo can get this organized, as they look like the top team to kind of rival Kansas City to maybe beat them. And as they start to flutter, some of these other teams are going to step up. So we'll see if Buffalo can pull it together and still be one of these top rated teams in the AFC, or do they crumble and start to fall apart as we head towards the end. But a big loss for them at home, just tough.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great win by Denver. They get it done. Great defense. Fabian Moreau having a hell of a game. Justin Simmons as well.
Yeah.
Great win by Denver. They get it done. Russell Wilson had an unbelievable pass to Samaje Perine as well.
Yeah.
But the Cortland Sutton touchdown on 4th and 2.
Oh, what a great play.
That was magical. That's play of the year worthy.
Yeah, I would agree, Michael. It was one of the better plays. He has to elude pressure, keep the play alive, roll to his right. There's Sutton, places the ball where only the ball could have been placed, or it's probably an out of bounds, incomplete pass. Sutton able to toe tap the end zone and drag that foot. I mean, he had millimeters before he was on the white. So, unbelievable play.
Yeah, awesome toe drag. It was incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and another great win by Denver.
Yeah, great win by Denver. Surprised a lot of people. They're almost 500. A lot of people thought they would really struggle, like Carolina and the Bears and some of these other teams this year. But Sean Payton's been able to rally the troops, put some quality wins together, and we got to give him some time. Hopefully, he gets some time there. We'll see what he can do in Denver, what kind of program he can build.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, I think we got that there with that game. Yeah, but incredible. Wait, actually, yeah, but incredible game from Russell Wilson. Incredible game from the Broncos.
Absolutely.
Really giving Josh Allen fits. The Broncos defense did a great job of that. Giving the Bills offense fits. Did a great job of that.
Yeah, I thought the Jets have really given a blueprint on how to beat the Bills and what you want to do defensively, and I think teams are copycatting that. And the Bills are really struggling right now. They're one of those talented teams that are just having some ups and downs, and we'll see if they can pull it together and see if it's more coaching or culture. We'll see what happens.
100%. 100%. I agree on that. 100% agree. All right, I think we got that there with that with the Week 10 takeaways. Anything else? I want to add one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I got to add is just one of the exciting weeks heading into football after this week is you finish up this, then you head into Thanksgiving games, and Thanksgiving games are usually that kind of where the real playoff talk and the playoff picture starts to unfold. We got some good games and some good teams on Thanksgiving coming up after this Sunday. So an exciting week of football coming up, starting Sunday, and then heading into next week.
100%. 100%. Yeah. And it's also really unfortunate about the injuries that we've had this year too for Week 10.
Yeah. We talked about this earlier in the podcast that the NFL it's tougher and tougher to survive a whole season. There's always big injuries week after week, and we see it again in Week 10 with some big time injuries where guys are not only put on the IR or the injury report for a couple of weeks, but guys that have lost their whole season and won't be able to come back till next year. They always have some of these injuries have big outcomes, especially the Cleveland injury. Is Cleveland going to be able to sustain and rebound from Deshaun Watson, or is this going to be the kind of straw that broke the camel's back? So we'll see what happens as we move forward into these games this Sunday and into Thanksgiving weekend. But exciting things coming up for the NFL.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson is going to have season-ending shoulder surgery. I mean, hopefully he can get better as soon as possible. It's just brutal. Hopefully the surgery goes well. It's brutal about Deshaun Watson being injured, man. It just sucks.
It does. Tough. You were hoping he was getting back on his feet and getting organized. Looked like he found a home in Cleveland and really helped them. But their second big, they lost Chubb early, now him. So two big superstars that they've lost on offense. We'll see if they can maintain and get into the playoff picture on the back half of the season. But tough losses for Cleveland.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you on that. All right, I think we got that there for Week 10. Let's hop into the Ravens-Bengals takeaways. Baltimore gets a hell of a win at home.
Yeah, Baltimore rebounds from a tough loss versus Cleveland the week prior. They play a tough Cincinnati team that just took a tough loss to Houston, so it was a win-win game for both teams in conference. Ravens just looked better. Gus Edwards getting into the end zone twice. Really a dynamic goal line back. He was a beast at the goal line. Joe Mixon looked really good, but that was about it for Cincinnati. Big injury for Andrews and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson loses his safety valve and his security blanket for a couple weeks at
Yeah.
least. So we'll see how that affects their offense. But that Ravens defense looks mean as ever and just got superstars all around it. Roquan Smith and just tackling machines. It's a nice squad.
Yeah, 100%. Great defense from Baltimore. They had a great game, great win. Unfortunately, they lost Mark Andrews. Lamar was he was injured a bit too in that
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Joey Burrow might be injured. We're still waiting more to find out. Did he injure his right hand? So there's lots to come out of this game still.
Yeah. I mean, they might have. It was like you saw some stuff before the game about his wrist.
Yeah.
I thought that was odd too.
Yeah, so we'll see if he's going to be able to work through it or he's got a major injury and they're going to have to pull him back. He doesn't look like the Joe Burrow we're used to in moments last night.
Yeah, because there's a video of him, I guess, with this wrist thing. I don't want to
Yeah. And then I saw the handshake after the game and he gave the handshake with his left hand to Lamar. So he's definitely
Yeah.
he was definitely in some pain in that right hand, that right wrist.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely. Oh wait, I just saw this now. He unfortunately has a wrist. He's out for the year.
Really, Burrow's out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Oh wow, tough loss for Burrow's fans and fantasy fans, losing a quarterback. The offense has just kind of had a little glimpse there of what that Cincinnati offense can be. And now with a big injury like this, it's really going to take a step back, especially if you're Jamar Chase or some of those owners as well. So a tough loss for Cincinnati.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And also, Cam Taylor-Britt went down in that game, which is brutal for the Bengals. Brent.
Yeah, tough loss.
Yeah, that's really brutal. They had that quad injury. Cam Taylor-Britt had the quad injury.
Yeah.
It's really brutal. A lot of injuries in that game. Odell Beckham Jr. even got injured in that game too.
Yeah, a lot of this is a big point of contention, about these Thursday night games coming off a Sunday game. You don't have a lot of rest. Do we see injuries that go up on these Thursday night games, even though they're popular now streaming on Amazon Prime? Does the NFL really want to keep these Thursday night games, or do they want to try to move them back to a Saturday, Sunday because of the injuries? So something to think about, something to take in, especially as the players head into the off season. It can be a tough turnaround for these guys on a Thursday night after playing on a Sunday or Monday.
Yeah. I mean, Lamar Jackson had the ankle injury. I mean, he played through it. He said he was good, which is good. I mean, hopefully he can continue to get better as soon as possible. Thankfully he's good. He said he was good, which is good. Hopefully he can get better as soon as possible, along with Odell Beckham Jr., Mark Andrews, Joe Burrow, Cam Taylor-Britt.
Yeah.
And I mean, but that Nelson Aguilar touchdown was crazy to think about too.
Yeah. Makes the play sound a better home. The too many drops in his Philadelphia years, and the fans were ready to move on from Nelson. But maybe he's found a new home and kind of reviving his career. So we'll see what happens as we move forward. And you always hate to see the injuries, but we know it's part of the game. It's a violent, physical sport. So teams have to be able to rebound, and the next man up's got to be ready. So we'll see how things move for both of these Cincinnati and Ravens teams as they head into the Thanksgiving weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't believe Zay Flowers touchdown getting called back. Like that's still crazy to think
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
A lot of penalties in that game.
yeah. Sloppy game.
Nice win by the Ravens. Odell Beckham Jr. had a great game.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked like the old Odell Beckham of past in those early
Yeah,
Giant years when he was unbelievable.
yeah, Brent. I 100% agree with you on that. Um, yeah, yeah, but Odell Beckham's shoulder injury. Uh, yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully, again, hopefully Lamar Jackson, Odell Beckham Jr., Mark Andrews, Joe Burrow, Cam Taylor-Britt, hopefully they can all get better as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thankfully, Lamar Jackson is good. He played through his ankle injury. Yeah, but hopefully these guys can get better as soon as possible.
100%.
Absolutely. All right, I think that about wraps that up.
Yeah, that was good. A good show, Mikey.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you for doing this again. I really appreciate that.
No problem. I'm happy to be a guest on the show and excited to see what happens in the back half of the season, and always excited for that Thanksgiving weekend of football. So we'll see
Absolutely.
what happens. There's some exciting things coming, and we'll see who can make these final runs and get into the playoff picture.
100%. I agree with you on that. All right, man. You're welcome anytime. Thank you for coming on, and I will see you later today when we work out.
Sounds good.
When we work out. Yep.
Sounds good. I look forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you. See you then. Bye. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Have a good one, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.